Today is November 7th, 2019. Interview at Union County Prosecutor's Office. Present in the room, Detective Kenneth Luongo, LUO, NGO, badge 233. Sir, please state your full name for me.
John Salvatore Triarsi.
Okay, spell your last name for me.
Triarsi.
All right. And before we begin, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
No.
Okay. So we're just gonna kind of, yesterday, November 6th, you contacted, who'd you contact
I
exactly?
called up Judge Cassidy after checking my phone and discovering that a text message had been sent to my phone by somebody. The message, in my view, was threatening, and that's why I called her.
Okay.
Prior time, she had sent me an email notifying me that a gentleman, whose name is Justin Carella, had been discharged from a program that was entered about a year ago after making a threat to me on my home phone. That I received, I think, when I was away on a trip with my wife. So I was quite surprised that shortly after he was discharged from that particular program, he apparently did the same thing.
Okay. Do you know when he was discharged from the program?
I have paperwork, Judge Cassidy, I can look at it and just tell you perhaps, let me see. There's a series of notes back and forth from Judge Cassidy to a person named Robin Morante, and indicates that tell the judges who were the subject or victims that the subject had been released. It's dated that note October 22nd at 8:27 p.m. from Robin Morante to a person named Devang Merchant. Who that is, I don't know. But all this was sent to me by Judge Cassidy in an email.
Okay.
If you want a copy of it, you're welcome to have a copy.
All right, thank you. So now, the date you received the text message was?
It's on, let's see, it was yesterday. It's time stamped on my phone at 12 a.m., but we didn't get it until next morning at breakfast. When the phone binged, my wife opened the phone up and looked at it and was very frightened by its contents.
Okay. Can you read what the message says?
So sure. I'm still coming to arrest you, Judge John S. Triarsi. You think you can break the law and get away with legal consequences? Now it's your turn. Every time you put someone away in jail wrongly, you always through thought, I guess it should be. You can't just do what you wish to do, and you won't be in jail. Well, pal, you were overconfident. Your ass is going to jail. You can run, but you can't hide. I'm coming to Cranford Avenue for your low-life criminal ass bitch boy.
Okay. And is there an image he sent also in there?
Well, I can't tell you that. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. If you want to show me it.
Is there a phone number that it was sent from?
Yeah, 1-908-777-1573. I'm not Mr. Texan, so I'm not used to the images or that type of thing.
Okay. And we have a form here, a permission to search electronic media.
I'll sign that.
That would just give us permission to retrieve that.
Sure.
So if I could ask you here, just print your full name up top. And all right. And this just says that. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. This just says that you authorize Union County Prosecutor's Office and other designated officers to conduct a examination of the following media, which is your cell phone, and or any evidence of harassment or threats.
Fine,
So this way we can just make a copy of it and then keep it for the record.
good. And I can remove this from my phone if you've done that.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So we have, and you don't have that phone number saved in your phone, right? That's just
Well,
a.
here, no, it's not.
But it's not saved as like a contact?
No, I wouldn't do that. You want to see the contact, I'll show it to you.
No. Okay, and so the email you mentioned that you got, regarding Justin Canarella, do you know who that is?
I know I had a problem with him a year ago, in which he called me at my landline at my home and made a threat. At that time, I think I wrote down the contents of the threat, contacted your office, the state police, and they instructed me to file a report with the town of Westfield, which I did. And I believe that ultimately resulted in him getting a psychiatric diversion, or mental health diversion, whatever you want to call it. There was an order cut to that effect. There was also a restraining order signed by, I believe, a court telling him to keep away from not only myself, but other judges and such. Judge Cassidy gave me a copy of that. That's also here, if you want it, it's available. It's dated July 12th, 2018.
And that's the permanent restraining order?
That's what it is, yes.
Okay.
On an accusation 1807601, prosecutor number 18002584. Signed by Judge Toto. I think he's in Middlesex County.
Alright. So basically, you got notified that they were releasing this, Canarella from the program, and then as of yesterday, you received a text message.
Yeah, well, we were away. We didn't get back home to the country until, I think it was the 2nd of November. That was Saturday.
Okay.
And then yesterday is when this happened. And when I got that information, I waited a while for, it was early in the morning. I don't want to bother anybody early in the morning, but I ultimately contacted Judge Cassidy, told her what occurred. She was very surprised. And I told her that based upon my contacts with the state police, I had to go to Westfield Police Department, which I did. And I provided them the information. Basically, I provided them.
Okay. And besides these messages from yesterday, has there been any other contact with Canarella?
Never.
Or any other contact?
Other than a
with
phone call a
anybody?
year ago.
Okay.
But nothing from then until now.
Okay.
I assume it's Canarella, but he didn't sign it, the information, the email or whatever you call it. But that phone number should be, I guess, traceable to him.
Okay. Alright, just give me 1 minute, I'll step out real quick.
Sure.
mentioned, that you were on vacation.
Yes,
What was the dates that you were away?
let's see, we left on, I think, October 19th, we came back on November 2nd.
And was that in the country or?
That was out of the country, it was Israel, Jordan.
Okay. Did you keep your phone on during that trip?
I didn't have that phone with me.
Okay.
We left that one home intentionally just to call.
And do you know when you turned your phone back on?
Well, we came in, I think it was Saturday. We were both very tired from the trip, so it wasn't that day. It was probably the next day, Sunday.
Okay. That's November 3rd?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned with this message specifically
Well, the message,
that you received it while eating breakfast?
yeah, well, we looked at it yesterday, and breakfast, I'm gonna guess around 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the text message is shown to be on 12 a.m. It says yesterday, which could be, I guess, the second, I don't know.
November
So,
6th.
well, I don't know, yesterday was what they,
Today is the 7th.
so it was yesterday the event, so it came in, I assume, therefore, the thing. But for some reason, it didn't show until yesterday morning.
Do you turn your phone off at night?
Yeah.
And do you recall what time you turned your phone back on yesterday?
Yeah, I've been right around breakfast time, well, 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right, so before you go to bed, that's your normal routine?
Yeah, we have a landline, I mean, I don't keep on all night long.
Okay. You power it off, and then in the morning you power it back on?
Right.
And then, so basically, you turn your phone on somewhere around 8 o'clock in the
Something
morning?
like that, yeah.
And the message shows that you received it at
It
12?
says yesterday at 12 a.m.
Okay.
So that would have been, the 5th, I guess.
Well, yesterday was the 6th.
Okay, and if I looked at it yesterday, and it says yesterday at 12 a.m., it should have been the 5th. I think, I mean,
Okay.
that makes logical sense to me. Maybe you can check the phone and it'll show more than that, I don't know.
Okay. All right, so we got that. And, now, with this message specifically, when you got the message, did you think, did any name come to mind on who you thought it
I
was?
thought it had to be Canarella,
And what was that based on?
because it was a similar phone call, well, in this case, a text message to what he had done before. And he had just gotten out of the program a week before. I haven't gotten a lot of these things in 25 years. I mean, you can count on one hand.
So, similar as in the wording?
Well, I can't remember the wording from a year ago. Maybe you would have in your files what I had reported to you then. But, you know, I mean, it seems, if you read the message that's here, it's consistent with him saying he's coming back again. That's how I interpret it.
Okay.
And I must say, I mean, my wife was very frightened by this yesterday. And she's entirely frightened. And, because of that, I am very concerned about what's going on here. We tried, it was handled properly last year by having him go into the psychiatric diversion. Obviously that hasn't worked. So I think you gotta consider a different technique now.
Not to go back, but, roughly at night, what time do you turn your phone on?
On the whole, it's sharp before we go to bed, 10, 11 o'clock. I mean, it might be rarely still left on, that could happen, but on the whole, I don't keep it on home at all. I don't keep it next to me upstairs. We have the landline next to us.
Have you received other text messages in the past from, other?
Like this type of thing?
Yes.
Never. How he got my number, I have no idea. I mean, that's mystifying to me, because I use this, I'm not one who texts people or does anything like that. I use this as a phone. If there's a problem, I use it. If I'm on a walk, my wife wants to know where I'm at, I have it on. My life is not interesting, unlike other people. Maybe that's generational,
And the incident last year where he contacted, that was on your home phone?
That was on the home landline, yes.
Okay.
And we had a message by him. I wrote down, I think it was contemporaneously with the phone. And I'm not sure if the Westfield police had access to the message that was on, I don't remember.
All right, so based on that communication last year that you received from him, the notification you received from the courts that he was being released from the program, that's basically why he's the only.
I can't imagine anybody else who would do this.
Okay.
I mean, in the 25 years I did criminal, I had 2 people in the courtroom make a threat, you have to be in sex. Nothing ever happened with that. I had one person doing PDC about 3 years ago, making a threat to a bomb, and the police was closed for an hour. And then I've had his contact. Now, I don't remember him actively about what he looks like. I might have dealt with him, and I think you said that there's some records that I did deal with him on some case. I really don't know him, other than last year's contact, and I think this is his contact too, based upon the chronology of what he was.
Is there anything else you want to add that I didn't ask you that you think we should know?
No, I've given you everything I can give you.
Okay. And do you swear that everything's the truth and the whole truth?
Yes, of course.
Time is 2:26 p.m. This concludes our interview.
Thank you, take care of that.
Thank you.
Okay.